Okay, for all of you who keep asking to see pictures of the garden as it is right now, today is July 3rd, 2011, my father's birthday. Rest in peace, Dad. I hope you're having a happy heavenly birthday. And here we're gonna go out the back door. I'm going out the back door to my right, and you see the pumpkins. Here are the pumpkins, and here is a pumpkin. Yeah, pumpkins, chairs. That is a single mutant sunflower with 50 buds and blooms on it. Actually about 48. Crazy. Some other sunflowers. And we look down into this bed and we have green beans and alyssum and tomatoes. Here are some tomatoes. Lots of baby tomatoes. They're a yellow cherry tomato, sort of. These are some baby angel's trumpets that I'm starting. Here are some sunflowers I'm drying out their heads for the birds. There's a little lavender. Here's another raised planter bed where I've got some lime green oregano, some calendula, cosmos, zinnias. There's some little tiny sunflowers. And one big sunflower. More zinnias, more green beans. There we are. Now here are the succulents and the Mexican sage. This is a floss silk tree. Get a load of that trunk. You don't want to touch that. Anyway, that's it. There's another one. Its little brother. Some more succulents. Aeoniums from Canary Islands. That one's blooming. Alright, now we're moving around to the shed. There's the shed that I painted. Chair. And now we're going on the path to see the grapefruit tree loaded with old grapefruits, new grapefruits. Here you can get a good view of all the different sizes. Jade plant, oat grass, Mexican sage, sago palm. On the other side, jade plant, oat grass, aeonium, cycad. This is all ice plant. Here, turning back around towards the house. Here's a pot that has a tangerine tree, some anagallis and osteospermum. Garden. Little chair. Here we have a geranium underneath the wisteria that I'm training as a tree. Here, I'll show you the trunk. There's the trunk and the top of it. Here's another angel's trumpet I brought from the courtyard, surrounded by dichondra and Johnny jump-ups. Some more sunflower heads I left for the birds. Pretty much eaten them. Here is the black-eyed Susan vine, which is a perennial here, an annual in the northeast. There's a baby agave. Here is some crepe myrtle, just starting to bloom. You'll see. Buds there, flowers up there. That is an agave called Tequila Sunrise. Much more Mexican sage. Here's my fig tree. Oh look, my first fig. Right there, can you see it? Little tiny figlet. It's a figlet of my imagination. Isn't that wonderful? Fruiting trees already. There's my giant agave that is close to probably 10 feet tall. This is the gazebo that you walk through on the way through the garden. Here's a nice little succulent that I planted. Can't remember the name of it, but it's lovely. Here's my little lime tree getting flowers on it. These are all fortnight lilies, they're called. It's an African iris. It blooms every 2 weeks, thus fortnight. Here is the gazebo with the chairs and the fire pit table. This table becomes what? A fire pit. Yes. Excellent. Here is one of my 2 baby Paulownia trees. The leaves are gigantic. There's a lantana. Here is an echeveria, a succulent, blooming. Here's the flower on it. It's kind of an odd coral color. And the thing looks like a cabbage itself. Here's a lavender. Coming back out the gazebo now, going back towards the house. Some more potted aeoniums. These are called branching tree aloe. See all the branches coming at the bottom. Crazy. Here's another cycad. This is my old dead agave. Here's my foot just so you can see how big that is. Here is another floss silk tree that you don't want to touch. Little geranium in the ground. Here's a little pot of succulents that I did with other little pottings around it. Here's my second Paulownia tree, which has even bigger leaves than the first one. I can't even get far enough away. It's still here. I'll put my foot up. Where's my foot? In the middle of a leaf. It's gigantic. Have lots of yarrow, sort of a carmine red yarrow, raspberry red kind of, and then it changes to this buff color when it dries out. There's my Christmas tree from a couple of years ago. Now it's in a pot. Funny. There is the fountain next to my other pot that I did that has, this is called Megilla Perilla. It looks like cosmos, but it takes full blazing sun. And this petunia in with it, some daylilies. Coming around the other side of this pot, you'll see some variegated sweet potato that should vine down. And this is actually a white, there's one bud, white petunia here. It's really nice. Here's another pot that I did when I moved in. This has a bright pink sage in it that, or salvia, sorry, that the hummingbirds love. There's a variegated sage. Here are the blooms on my oregano. Beautiful. Little jade plant, little aeonium. There's another branching aloe in a pot. Here's my red maple. We come around to the non-sunny side. Whoops. Here is red maple with scaevola and variegated vinca in the pot. Looking out over the area under the grapefruit tree. This is my green and white pot, I call it. It's got a green and white striped ribbon grass and a euphorbia. Just blooms constantly like this, little dusty white yellow flowers. White yellow? What am I saying? White yellow? Yeah. Here is a potted philodendron. That is an amaryllis that just won't stop. Here is a flowering maple. This is my clivia, just getting seeds on it. Yet another potted aeonium. There's another pot that I did. It's got a heuchera in it. Here's an interesting petunia that's black and lime green striped. A zinnia. And up here is a dahlia. Just starting to bloom. There's the back of the house. Coming all the way back around. We'll end one more time. Oh no, we'll end on the Aristolochia, which is blooming. Here, you can see a bud. This is a bud of the Dutchman's pipe vine, which will open to a crazy looking thing, which I don't have any open ones right now to show you. Here's some more buds down a branch. That is the Dutchman's pipe vine, which is over the pumpkin. There it is. There's my garden in the back.